Hello fams, so today I am going to be showing you how to make any design you saw or you've seen somewhere with Inkscape. Now the reason I'm using Inkscape is that I know most of us don't have access to Adobe Premiere, Adobe Creative Studios, where you pay money to actually get those programs like Photoshop, Illustrator, and so on. And most of us don't have the same money to pay for CorelDRAW. And for consistency, I want you to, to follow up with my tutorials. And I don't want you might not have the best laptops to work on a project or so. So what I am going to recommend is using Inkscape. It's very simple, it's free, and it can serve both like for illustrators and for CorelDRAW. So if you don't have Inkscape already, you go to Inkscape, Inkscape. You go to Inkscape. It's a graphic software that you can use, and it's free for everybody, and it's open source. So you could go to Inkscape. You go to the website and just download Inkscape. You just see where you can download Inkscape. I think it's for Windows now. So this tutorials is basically for those with Windows laptops. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. In my channel, I teach you how to make money online. I am Amity from Amity One, and in this channel, I teach you how to make money online. And one of the ways you can make money online is for you to actually know how to make graphics. So I'm going to be showing you how to use Inkscape to replicate any graphics that you saw online, on Freepik, on Envato, anywhere. So you can just download it and install it. After you have downloaded and install Inkscape, your interface should be looking some way like this. So I have Inkscape open already. Sorry for that. So your interface should be looking some way like this, something this similar. So in order for you to get a reference, or you have seen something online that you really like, I'll suggest you go to Freepik. Freepik, you have a lot of graphics that you can really replicate. What I would advise is that you don't completely replicate whatever you see online. What you need to do is you look at the designs and you can now make a design of your own. So let's say a flyer, because a flyer, or just like a digital flyer. So you just search flyer, and we want to go for absolutely the best, the premiums. You get, we have all these are free ones that you can download, but they are only available on Photoshop or Illustrator, and you might not have that program because they're not free for you to use. So what we need to do is to look for premium. Like premium is like the top of the class, and we can now make a design similar to the ones we find online, which are premium. So I think I want something premium yet simple. So I like this, right? This one I'm hovering on, and we still have this of food, but this is not premium, and we can just download that. But I want something premium. So in order for me to go premium, I just click on premium, and it's going to filter everything that is free. So we want to look at premium designs that we are going to use for this tutorial today. So I am actually showing you this so that you know that you can like go through, but I already have something in mind that I want to design. So for our designs today on Inkscape, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go for something really simple to make the designs. So I'll just show you how the tools work and so on and so forth. So I'm clicking on this design, and it shows that you have to subscribe for you to have this, but we don't have to do that. So we can just save image, and when you save the image, it's going to be somewhere in your browser. We have other premium stuff that we can look at and just select some. This is still premium, and this is quite easy if you want to learn how to make graphics. So sorry for this for that disturbance, and I have to put my phone on silent now. So I've downloaded one, so let's just pick that one and let's go with it. So I'm opening my downloads folder and I'm dragging that into, you can drag it into your Inkscape designs and just drop it somewhere there. So now we have our designs, but we cannot do anything with it because they are all watermarked. So in Inkscape, it's very easy to actually replicate all this stuff. So without wasting your time, let's just get into. But let's get a picture of a high-rise building. Just a picture of a high-rise building. Um, so let's quickly get that so we can use that picture. I would advise you go to places like Freepik and photos. Yeah, Freepiks and pixels to get any image that you really need, so you'll not be using copyrighted images. So I'm going to Freepik. No, not Freepik. You're going to Pixabay. So we just want to download any image from Pixabay because those are free images that we can use on our videos. So something works, something works. Okay, this works for us. This is almost similar to what we have there. So we can just quickly save this image. You don't have to get the best quality of it. Just save this image and we drag the image. Something is flying around. We drag this image and we put it there. So these are the two things we need in terms of this flyer. So what we do is you draw a rectangle. So you click here for a rectangle tool. You place your rectangle close. You draw your rectangle along and make sure that you follow the rules here. Just follow the rectangle. And here you could see my stuff is a little bit transparent. It's full now. So you draw a rectangle. So what you need to do is you reduce the opacity so that you can see through what is there, so that we can now make our other line. So the next thing we do is to use we should use the drawing bezier tool. So I put my nodes here. Make sure that you have your click to nodes activated. Put your nodes here. You just draw and you draw on these points, and then you have a square there. Make sure that your stuff is completely in square. We just want to follow design principle, is that everything should be in a straight line. So we have that. Then we have other things that we need to replicate. So in order for that to work, let's just look at what we have here and we'll create that. So I'm going to use the bezier tool. So you go here, hold control to have your stuff on a straight line if you want a straight line. Then we go here, we come here, click one here, we come to these lines and we go to this place and we create another rectangle or triangle. Yeah, it's triangle here. So we just keep following the lines. We want to create something somewhat similar to what we have here. So let's just get it rolling. So I have successfully created all the distinctive line that I have seen on this particular image. So the next thing we need to do is to make a circle. We have a circle here, and since we have activated our transparency, hold control while drawing a circle to get a perfect circle. Yep, and we have this. So I think for now we don't need this again. We can just draw everything out and we'll highlight everything we have now and make sure our opacity is high as much as possible. So we want this circle. Now if you look at this design, we have like a circle. I mean, you have this picture here to replace the circle. So what we need to do is to duplicate this circle, change its color to something else, and to duplicate, Ctrl D, you reduce it and you have this effect here. Then you can now highlight both of them together You can highlight the both circles together, you draw from the top, or you could use hold select it with your select button and use shift to select the other one, and you go to path and you come to exclusion. So we now have this. So what you want to do now is to create a duplicate of this, because we have a shadow down here. So we'll create a duplicate, we reduce it, just reduce it, no matter how it is, make it black and make it blurry. Then you can now increase it to a point like this, and you see it above it, so you can use your control page down to make it down, and you now reduce your blur strength or increase it and reduce the opacity of your blur. We can highlight this effect that we have created now, but if you notice we have a white border here, so we want to create something with white, right? Then you highlight both of them together and you group it, Ctrl G, and you have just group it there. Then we have this these lines at the top, this one, so we'll return it back, and we can now have we can make it black. So we have this effect here, but we want to color pick that because it's a kind of blue shade, so we just want to have it this way. Now what we need to do is to put this image the way this is. So we'll create a circle, just hold your control, draw your circle, draw the circle over the image, hold shift, bring this image and select the image, bring it downwards a bit, then you right click and you go to set clip. Now we set clip, now we want to bring it here, and when we set clip we notice that it is going below the image here, so we will bring its page up, and we see that we have that shadow. But now what we need to do is to hold shift and select this stuff that we group and make sure we align them. So you see your align here. If you want to bring out your align, you go to path, you go to objects, and you look for align and distribute. It's going to bring up a panel down here. Then you go to you use this one is center on vertical axis, and you now do center on horizontal axis, right? Then you can click out and select your image and draw your image, hold shift and control and drag your image down until it fits to that. And now when we look at this, we see like a shadow round here, so we're going to create that, and I've showed you how to create my shadow. So you highlight all of this now. First highlight all of this and you page up everything, you bring everything to the page up, then you create this circle, you create a circle now again. For us to just repeat this stuff, just create a circle, duplicate it, reduce the circle a bit, then highlight all of it and go to path, you go to extension, exclusion, and you exclude it. Now we want to make it blurry because we want to use it as shadow, and we want to make it black, completely black, and increase the opacity. So we're dragging it down here, and it's going to be above our image here. Make sure you hold shift, click the image in the middle, and you go to align, and you click vertical and horizontal. You keep it there. Then we notice that it's here, so what we need to do is to increase it to the edge, right? Now it's causing an effect there, but we want to bring it down below. This effect is nice, but we can bring it down below. So we have this shadow effect here that is there. So you can click on this top object you have here. In order for you to see the effect very well, you go to your fill. Please, if your fill is not showing because you just download Inkscape, you go to objects and you go to fill and stroke. Now select that object you want to affect. You can reduce the opacity so you see the effect of the shadow, so you can just to your desirable amount, because that is what we have here. Now what we need to do is to create a company logo, right, this stripe, and to give this color, this design color. So what we do is now because of the tutorial, I'm making everything the same color, but I don't want to do that, so I'm actually making this more of I'm making this more of this a replication. So now we have this color to deal with. So what you need to do is to click by the edge of it, because it's it's an empty color, so you click by the side, by the border lines, so you can select that particular object that we have created. You fill it and you go to you want to have a linear gradient, right? So what we have here is mostly a linear gradient. So what you need to do is to select your first color, your main color here, and you use your picker tool and select the color there, and collect the last color here, and you use the picker tool and select a color here. So it's not looking exactly the same. I'm going to show you how to do that. So we want the same thing everywhere, so we just quickly do that. So you have your linear colors, and you have select your objects, go to your fill, select your objects, go to your fill. Just do that. It's going to make everything almost the same. So select it, select this, and just go to linear color. So what you need to do is to make sure that all the ends, you need to make them somewhat of the shade of the color we're looking for. So just pick any color here. We're going to deal with that soon. So just pick, and pick the edge. Click on this edge and select the color you want. Just click and select the color you want, and just select it. Now we want it to look exactly the way this is looking. So what we need to do is to click on this color. We see that it has these two nodes. You can drag it to a point, to the blue point, and you drag it to the white point. You drag this part to the white point. You click here, you click this color. It's a lighter color, so you click it, it's there. And this part you want to click the dark color. So we have this here. The next image. So now what we need to do is to highlight all this stuff, objects we have created. Now highlight all the objects we've created, and we want to hold shift and click this no color, right? So we have this effect here. Then you look at, let's come back to our colors. We drag it, so we want to make it like a vertical. So instead of horizontal, I want to make them vertical. So you select your top color, it should be, and you use your picker tool to select the lighter color, and the bottom one should be the darker color. So you can repeat this whole activity throughout your design for us to get what we're looking for. So at the direction of the lighter color of this particular section that we have built, now we need to draw the lines this way. So I pick the color and I take it lighter here, and here should be on the darker side of the color, right? So we're going to do that for this, and fill, do this. So any graphics you have on Freepik, you can actually create something similar with that. So now we have the effect going on here now. So what we need to do now is to highlight everything we have, right? And if you notice, we have some white lines behind here, so we want to close that. In order for us to close that easily, we just create this. This is our first rectangle we made. We're going to just select a fill color with the rectangle, and we'll bring it behind this, and we see that we have a very perfect background. What we need to do now to create this is to make the text and add these lines, which will not be difficult. So what you need to do is, from this point, this axis to this point, you just create a line, and you hit enter, and you have that line there. You can reduce the line to whatever you want and have it here. Make it a lighter color, and shift to make your borders light. So in order for you to increase the width of your border, you need to go to stroke path, stroke style, and you can now increase this by pressing the plus button, and you can, yeah. So we want this the other way, so just drag it You can hold shift and move it, but you can just move it any way you like. You just feel that it's right, then you can just release it there. So we have successfully created the background. Now we just need to add text. Now quickly, to make a logo, it's very good for you to make your logo simple. So this is a simple logo here and a company name. So we're not going to make this logo. We're just going to create something out of my head now. So what I want to do with my logo sorry about that. What I want to do with my logo is to hold shift and draw a circle here and duplicate the circle, drag it inside, and like we did with our circles, we have to go here and we'll now make it exclude. So we have an exclusion here. Then I want to bring a straight line, but I want to make it two straight lines here, group them together and make sure they are in the middle of the alignment. Is very important, in the middle of. Then we can now ungroup them and go to path, and we said union. We want to union them together, and shift, hold the circle and come here and say path, and you say difference. Sorry about that. Path, and hold it down and you say path, and you say exclusion. Sorry about that. You hold here, you click the circle and you say path, and you come to difference. Now with difference, what we're saying now we cannot see, so we just shift and click none. So we can see the parts that has been cut out. So we can click Control Shift and K to break everything apart, right? And take this part away, and take this part away. Then highlight both objects and rotate them a little bit. I'm just creating something out of the blue. Before we highlight that, we just create one particular stuff here. Make sure it's in the middle. Reduce it. And let's say this is our logo. If we want to make the logo more dramatic, we can just come to we add a gradient fill to it. Go to fill, we go to fill colors, we go to linear gradients, we turn it, we bring this down, take this up, and we want this color. We select this color and the middle, double click, and we can now click and create any color we want in the middle. So I just want something not too sharp T, so I'm going to make a kind of a dark color. Just reduce the color a little bit, and we have something like this. So that is the logo. I reduced the logo completely, making a simple logo, and we'll just call this, I just call this logo, and just give it any font you want. I want to use impact, and want my first letter to be capital letter, so you can do that right now. So this is the company's logo and this is the flyer. So we want to just we want to have corporate design, so we'll just type that. Then create another text. I call this design. Increase it. Have your design here and have your corporate here. Basically, that's how you replicate designs that you have seen in Freepik using Inkscape. Highlight the both objects, make them white, and voila, we have something like this. So we have completely created what we have seen here, and this is now totally free for us to use. So you save your work, you go to save as and call it whatever you want to call it. call it, save it in any folder you want to save it, and call it flyer. So that's how you completely make designs that you have seen anywhere with Inkscape. And if you want more Inkscape tutorial, please follow, like, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be bringing you more graphic designs tutorials so you can make money being a graphic designer online. Thanks for your time.